William Shakespeare, the great bard of Avon upon Stratford, perhaps the greatest writer in all of English history. Definitely a classic, since every year students across the nation will read the likes of Romeo and Juliet and half of Hamlet, but they will tell their teachers that they read all of Hamlet. Except for me. I definitely read all of Hamlet, Mr. Johnson. I promise. We didn't read Hamlet in my senior year. We read that the other one, the Scottish one. Shrek. But what most people do know also is that not only did he write wonderful plays, but he also wrote many, many poems. Like 130-something, 160-something. He wrote a lot of poems. Many of them sonnets written in iambic pentameter, which is a fancy way of saying a series of collections of iambs, which is an unstressed syllable, followed by a stressed syllable, which is far more complicated than I'm going to get into right now. And after all, what better thing to do with your theater degree than to read Shakespeare on the internet? Because as we all know, when you have a theater degree, the first thing that people always want to do is have you quote Shakespeare for some reason. Like, I don't have the man's portfolio memorized. Oh boy, there is this many words in that thing. No. No one has them all memorized. But today, instead of reading Othello, which clocks in at like 3 hours and I would be here forever, we're going to be reading some of those wonderful poems I mentioned. Specifically, one of his many sonnets. He wrote a lot of sonnets. I hope she was pretty. I could read many of his great sonnets, many that you probably have never heard of. But let's be real, you don't want any of the fun ones. You want the classic one. Good old number 18. The one that when every time a movie wants to show that the young loner boy is actually deep and misunderstood, they're going to have him quote the same 2 lines of this poem that every single person memorizes because it's in every movie when they want to have someone so smart to quote Shakespeare. Oh yes, Summer's Day, it's wonderful. And even though I don't want to do this one, I know I have to get you to throw a like at this video like you would throw a coin to a dancing monkey on the street next to a music box. Oh, compare me to a summer's day, Mr. Dancing Monkey Man. Tell me how I am more lovely and more temperate, Dancing Monkey Man. Let us begin, shall we? Oh, you wanted me to read it out loud. That would make more sense. Here we go. Shakespeare's 18th Sonnet. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. That was Shakespeare's 18th Sonnet, as interpreted by Rick Astley, with these recording people. I hope you enjoy that wonderful reading. It was fun for me, especially since they said I only had to be dressed from the waist up, and thus I am also wearing pajamas for maximum comfortability while recording. Join us in our previous video where we referred to the monologue by Hamlet, you know, the famous one where he questions whether to be or not to be an ogre. I hope you enjoy that wonderful reading. We have more coming your way. And if you want to see more, you can see our previous video linked down below in the description where we talk about the most famous monologue in all of history. The one from Hamlet where he questions whether it is better to be or not to be. After all, he does question these things because somebody once told him the world was going to roll him. Thank you.